Hi, creative friends. This is Soraya, and thank you so much for being here. So I allowed this to completely dry, and it does look like a bit of a mess, but I am actually really loving it. Well, maybe not everything, but I do love a lot of the gringiness of it. I'm just gonna bring this up closer here, and I'm just gonna show you, it has this really kind of like old, kind of grungy, gringy, juicy kind of quality to it that I'm really loving. So some of that is the tea bags. I'm sorry, the tea stained collage, like with the dictionary pages in my own handwriting. But I think a lot of it is just me going in with the ink, which is a Payne's Gray, and you can also use black gesso. And I just watered it down, but you can use it like full strength as well. So I'm just loving, like, it just has this like very kind of grungy feel, I guess, that looks aged and interesting and just, I don't know, there's a lot of beauty that's going on here. Like, I might not like every single part of it, which, you know, is totally fine. This is like my third layer maybe, and that's totally, you know, totally fine. If the way I look at it, you guys, is that if I even like one small part of a background, I'm doing good. And what I'll do is, like, a lot of times I'll like more than one small part. Like, I'll like a few parts of it. But even if I just like a tiny, tiny bit of it, I will like go, I'm just using this as an example. Just say I don't like anything on this spread and I only like this part over here, the red, the curve, the gold, you know, that is the only part that's really speaking to me. I will hone in on that and I will work around the rest of the background. I will keep that part, and or I will like just say I'm gonna draw a portrait over top of it. I'll be like, okay, what can I, you know, can I turn this into a dress? Can I turn this into part of her face or hair? You know, because I want to keep this part, you know, the part that I like, and then I'll work everything around it. So that's what I do, because sometimes I make a background and I don't like anything. Like, I just cover the whole thing up, you know? So if I can even find one or two parts that I like, I am going to focus on that and then, you know, build the rest up, because with mixed media, you can always cover stuff up. Now what I'm going to do, because I've been working on both of these together, like at one time, I am going to now separate it. And I talked about this in my first video. Like, sometimes I will work on, you know, 12 pieces at once. I don't do it as much anymore, you guys, honestly, but I used to do it like all the time. Like, that's the way I worked when my daughter was younger, just out of necessity. So just say I have 12 pieces and I work on it together up to, you know, a certain point, this third layer, whatever it is. Then what I can do is I can separate it out. Like, I can say, okay, I'm just gonna take 3 pieces and work on those 3 pieces. Or I can just take one piece. Like, I only have 2 pieces here. So I'm just gonna take one piece and I'm going to put the other piece aside. I don't know which piece I want to use. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, honestly. Yeah, I think maybe I'll use this piece. At this point, it doesn't really matter, because whichever piece I use, I mean, you know, I'm gonna cover, you know, I'm gonna work over top of it, so. And there we go. Now, I don't know if this is Bristol paper, you guys. This is Bristol paper here, this pad. But this particular paper, I don't know what it is, because I found a whole stack of it in my studio. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just use it. But I don't know exactly what kind of paper it is. It's not drawing paper, because it's much sturdier than that. So, yeah, but anyways. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see how I can place my figure. And I do want to put a figure. Well, I don't know. Do I want to put a figure on this, or do I want to turn it into a still life? I don't know. I think I'm going to do a figure, but I think it's going to be kind of like an abstracted figure, because I've been working in my the Medial Woman art journal, and that's like very abstract. So I kind of have that in my head, and that's what I mean, you guys. Let me just talk about this for 1 second. That's actually a great point for me to talk about, like, because I've been working in my medial, let me see here, see my Medial Woman art journal, and can you see like how things are like very abstracted? I just made a video, let me see here, where is, yeah, this one right here. See, I just made a video about this. So it's like very abstracted, and because I've been working in this journal, I have that kind of symbology, that kind of working, you know, from my brain, from my heart, from my you know, my body, and it's come out into the page. I have it like right here on my fingertips. So now that I come to work on this, which is completely different, it's got nothing to do with that at all, it's still like right here, but now it's like maybe it's gonna be a little you know, a seed of inspiration, and it's gonna come out in a different way. But I have that kind of like abstractedness, I guess, in my, like in my mind, my hands, etc. So I hope I'm explaining that correctly, which is why I love working, going from journal to journal, going from, you know, a portrait to you know, a still life, going to from an abstract to my 100-day project, mixed media project. You know, it just all kind of like just feeds off of each other, and it's like fertilizer. You know, it just fuels everything. Anyways, you guys, I'm like talking like way too much, I think. Let me just kind of figure out, where do I want to put my figure. So I really do love this piece, and I'm also loving this piece here as well. So what I'm seeing, you guys, is like I'm gonna kind of keep this as a sun. It's gonna be a big sun. So this is like abstract, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm gonna kind of like keep this as part of her body almost. So yeah, let me see here. Let me... And like, I think I'm gonna use this line. Okay, this is another good point. So do you remember, like, in, if you've been following along, like in my last video, I was using the Posca marker, and I was just making lines. I was just randomly making lines because, you know what, I just love the Posca marker, I love the lines, etc. And I actually, you know, worked from this page, and then I went on to, you know, the other page that I was working on. So it was all very abstract. But now, see, I'm going to use this line as part of her body. And that's what I mentioned that, and I said, you know, when you're making the line or the mark or whatever it is, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it can end up being an integral part of whatever, you know, whatever you're going to be drawing or painting over top. So I'm having her like kind of like she's going to be looking off to the side a little bit here, I think. Okay. And I think I'm going to keep that as a sun. It's going to be a big, big, huge sun there. And there we go. And this is, I said it was going to be abstract, but I don't know. Let's see how this is. Maybe it's going to be like kind of abstract. I don't know. I'm actually excited about this composition, you guys. It looks like it's going to be really interesting. Now, I did say abstract, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling called to draw a face here. So you guys, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go with my Payne's Gray for the background. Now, even though I don't want to cover this up, this is my tea stained collage. I'm gonna, sometimes you guys, you just have to cover up things you don't really want to. Unfortunately, it's, yeah, I know, I hate it too, but it is what it is. And now I want to keep some of that, like, you know, like that kind of juicy quality, like from the first layer of me putting in the ink there. So I think I'm gonna kind of go like so. And I'm just gonna okay, so I am going to allow this to completely dry and then figure out like, hey, what do I want to do? How much of this do I want to keep abstract? But I'm kind of really liking the direction it's going in. So I'm going to let this dry and I will come back to it. So if you watched all the way to the end, you guys, thank you so much. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.